Good morning. Good morning. That would be YouTube, Facebook. Good morning. I hope you guys are doing well. If you're on Facebook, just FYI, I'm not gonna see your content. So like if you're gonna comment, go to YouTube. If you want to ask a question, if you really want to engage, then you're gonna have to there you go. You're gonna have to go over there. All right. Good morning, Adrian. Good morning, Miss Linda. How y'all doing this morning? I'm so glad that you guys are here. I'm just checking my battery, seeing if I need to charge anything. Y'all, the setup that I do with this is like 15, 20 minutes for the setup every time. It's crazy. But I love it. I enjoy it. I'm learning a lot. Sometimes everything's charged and ready to go. Sometimes it's not. And those of you who've been doing this with me a while, you know. I've tried a little of this, a little of that over the last almost 10 months now. But I think I'm finally in my groove. Miss Linda, how you doing this morning? How's it going? How you feeling? Are you in a good space and place? Good morning, the state lady. Good morning. Glad to have you this morning. Let me just finish this setup, y'all. Finish this setup. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Okay. I think I'm done. It's Friday. So my understanding is that TikTok has removed, like they don't want you playing music. I was starting to get in this groove where I would play music on Fridays, but the rules have changed. So here we are. I'm glad you were able to make it here too. I know you've had some changes in your schedule, so if you're able to be here for 5 minutes or however long, I don't take it lightly. There we go. I don't take it lightly that you guys are here. All right. I appreciate you. Man, I got so much I want to cover today, but I want to kick off. First, I want to talk a little bit about football season. When I was a teacher, and I worked in the school system, especially when I was a teacher, I actually really loved, I enjoyed teaching. I still teach. Not much has changed. It's just the audience and the method has changed. But I really, really loved the start of August. I liked driving up to the school. I liked hearing the band practicing, smelling the fresh cut grass. The football players would be doing their pre-school stuff. And I always had hope as a classroom teacher. Hope that I can help kids change. Good morning, Jenny. Hope that we were going to have a good start to the year. And it's that kind of attitude that helped ground me. It was usually this week that I would go back to work. Good morning, Doozy. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome in. Come on in. Stay a while. And so the other thing, once I got married, my husband, he enjoys the start of the year, the start of August, because it's football season for him. All right. So my question for the day is, do you guys have a football team that you are excited to step into and enjoy another season of the NFL or college football? Let me know. I want to know. If you're not a football fan, but your spouse or partner is, who they repping? Because usually who they rep is who also you might rep as well. Good morning, April. Good morning, guys. Come on in. Come on in. Good morning, Jenny. Good morning, Doozy. Good morning, Jay. All right. So let me know in the chat who y'all repping for, and I'll tell you guys a little later who my team is. I'll let y'all know a little later. All right. It's Friday. It's the first of the month. We've got a great opportunity to take advantage of the algorithm. Now, my algorithm is showing me all the things I need to do at the first of the month to get ready. Good morning, Be Digital Love. And I'm going to share a few of those tips that I've been learning from other creators. I want to start there. All right. Today, if you have not posted or if you had no plans of posting today, today is the day. On TikTok in particular, it's a great opportunity to take advantage of the FYP page. And these next couple days is also the same. There is a new Nicki Minaj challenge called August. Look it up. In that challenge, you literally just let the music play, then you lip sync the words August. That's it. You can do things like, what am I getting ready for this month? Or what am I most excited about? August. Or when am I going to start my diet? August. All right. So it's a really, really good opportunity to kick off the month of August with some new challenges. Okay. Go search up Nicki Minaj August challenge. Check that out. All right. The other post that you can post today and get your content back on that FYP page is the first of the month trend. The first of the month trend. Go look that one up. Go look that one up, okay? Because it's another one that if you use that sound, and look, when we talk about business, tie it to your business in a creative way. All right? Tie it to your business in a creative way. So what does that mean? Well, that means you can do a couple of things. You can reintroduce your audience to what you do, connect with new followers and tell them this is what I offer, showcase new products or fall products. There are so many different ways that you can tie this very easy trend in with your products. All right, I did mine today. Do me a favor, go check it out. I did the first of the month. I've done it a couple times. I think this is like my third or fourth time doing it. The first couple of times I did okay. Then I had a video that had like 2,700 views. And I was like, well, dang. It got out there and it really picked up. And I actually picked up a lot of saves and a lot of follows. All right. So 2 trends that I want you to try out today or tomorrow. Search in TikTok, the first of the month trend and the Nicki Minaj August trend. All right. It's nice that you want to post stuff that has music that you like, but 9 times out of 10, that's not gonna, unless your audience also directly likes that same exact audio, it's not always the best strategy to use only songs you like. So try to tie in with some of these trends to get your message out to more people. All right. Let me know in the chat. That's my top of the hour question. Then I'm gonna up this speed up because I'm moving too slow. That's my question of the hour, or my question to get us started. Do you have a football team? Does your partner have a football team? Are you an NFL person? Are you do you tend to be an NFL person, or are you a college football? The SEC and all them other letters. Yeah, yes, right, Linda. Get that speed up. Good morning, one mind, body, and soul. How you doing? How are you? Good morning, Lawrence. Friday is when we talk about what were wins. Okay, no worries. I'm not a huge football fan, but I just want to make sure if I have any in the room that I, give them some love. You say, I'm here. As long as you're here and you got a chance to do something great. Hey, thank you, Ashley. I appreciate you, child. I appreciate you. All right. All this month, we've been talking about the Let Them theory by Mel Robbins. It's pinned at the bottom of my page. You can also find it in my Amazon storefront. Boom. Woo! This book here. If you haven't read or listened to the book, and Mel Robbins is the one who narrates, which makes it even better, you are missing out. What are you doing? It can really change your behavior and how you navigate the world. And for our 4th week, I think we've been doing this 3 or 4 weeks now. Y'all, I don't know if this means the pants are too tight or too big, but I'm gonna pull them up all this hour. For the last month, we have been reviewing these chapters, making applications to not only our business, but our personal work. Okay? And this week was no different. This has been a spectacular week of really diving in and really starting to examine the things that we keep worrying about. Good morning, Moreland. All right. So let's talk about it for just a second. Yes. Let's see. It can change. Yes, this is a book that really can change you right away. Miss Linda, you're right about that. I know it's made me re-examine all of my relationships and how much emotional weight that I carry in the relationship. All right? I got you. No yelling. I got you. You're going to get both of us in trouble. You know I talk loud. And this week was no different, y'all. This week was no different. Monday, we talked about friendships. As adults, we have a lot of feelings about the friendships we've made, the ones that have come to an end, how they end. And the book hit a couple things that I really hope all of us take with us going forward. All right. Relationships are supposed to fade. Timing, proximity, and energy all play a role. Don't take it so personal. It may not be as personal as you think. And then on top of that, you might need to just check in on them because there may be more to the story. All right. There may be way more to the story than you ever thought. Okay. You can mourn your friendships. It's okay. Mourn them. If they faded, mourn them, but then move forward and be bold about developing community and new friendships. Side note, in your business, if you're needing support, make sure you go to my community. Morning motivations. You don't have to be a morning person. That's just what it's called. And we'd love to support you. Yeah, Jeff, sidebar. All right. So we got to stop carrying the guilt of those friendships that have faded. We don't have to force connection, but we are responsible as human beings to work towards fostering new ones that work with where our life is at that time. All right. Then in business, we also talked about this idea that sometimes in your businesses, your relationships are going to change. You're going to have some that really work well for a long time, and sometimes those relationships are going to come to an end. Okay? Here's the truth. Let them. If the relationship is no longer that business relationship, that client partnership, whatever it is, if it no longer serves both parties, or if it just no longer serves you, let them. And again, it's probably not as personal as you think. All right, so take a deep breath and work towards building and fostering those new connections. All right. My challenge to you guys was to reach out to a friend that maybe you feel like the relationship is faded and you don't have really a lot of clarity on it. Let me know in the chat. Did anybody reach out to a friend? If you're watching this as a replay, I want to know. Did you reach out to anyone? Or if it's not a friend thing, is there a new partnership? Did you pitch to someone? Okay? Did you pitch to someone. Let me know in the chat. All right. Go ahead with your question. Go ahead with your question. Sigma Boo. Oh, I'm so glad to hear it. I'm so glad to hear it. So we got one person that said, hey, I did. I reached out to someone and they were glad to hear from me. It's nice and refreshing to make those connections in that way because you just never know. You really never know. So I'm glad to hear that that was the case. Yeah, Sigma Boo or Sigma Bo. Yeah, you can go ahead with your question. All right, so that was the first part of this. First part was like, hey, friendships. It's okay to check in. It may not be what you think. It may not be as faded as you thought it was. All right. The second part of this was the business. All right. Again, in your business, you may have relationships that fade. You may have partnerships that come to an end. It's okay. It's okay. Let them. But let you work on fostering and cultivating new opportunities, new clients, new experiences. Yeah. So my second question is, have you prepared or started the process of pitching new partnership to a new client, to a new organization? There's just so many. The world has millions of people. And even though sometimes our world can feel like it's upside down, if we just stop wasting our time on relationships that don't serve them and be on the lookout for the ones that will, there's nothing you can't do. There's nothing you can't do. But you're going to have to do that work to get there. Good morning, Jay. All right. So if there are any business partnerships, anything like that, that you have been considering, afraid, ask. Here's the truth. They might say yes. Here's the other truth. They might say no. And both things are perfectly okay. Both things are perfectly okay. Because we have to have a spirit of let them. Let them say yes. And let me be ignited by that new opportunity. Okay? Let them say no. And let me use that as an opportunity to learn from it. And then work on that next collaboration, that next partnership, that next client. Okay? That's what the book is about. And if you really want to get it, she's done a lot of research around the science in our behaviors. She also provides strategies to help you work through those. So grab the book. Grab the book. All right. Y'all keep tapping that screen. Tap the center of that screen, just like so. Feel free to share the live. If this is hitting a good place for you, share the live. It helps. Good morning. I think that's V. I don't have my glasses, y'all. Good morning. See, let me see. What did Miss Linda? You've been. It's been a winning week, ma'am. It's been a winning week. Let's see. Miss Linda said, I pitched an idea of a sit and blend the other day and got 10 responses instantly. right? The power of the ask is the most powerful thing you can have. So you have to let your fears go to the wayside. You have to be at peace with being vulnerable, right? And you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. I started a school community 2 weeks ago. I have over 200 members in 2 weeks. All right, that shouldn't be the case. I don't have these huge followings. Good morning and God bless you as well, Ram Ranch. Good morning. Miss Linda said, let me do this. And as we step into this new month, we've got to carry on more and more of that spirit and that attitude of, let me do this. The worst they can say is no. And for my folks that are in business, I don't know how you think you're going to move forward if your mouth is always formatting a no. No, I don't want to talk about my business. No, I don't want to post on social media. No, I don't want to do this. No, I don't want to do that. You have so many no's. People who live in a space of success have more yeses in their lives than no's. People who live a life of success fail a lot. They are masters at failing, but they're also masters at getting right back up again. And it's the get back up again that counts. That's why this let them theory is so important and can be so powerful, not just in your personal life, but also in your business. All right. Now, those 10 responses she got, let's just say 2 of them become sales. That is more sales than she had before she ever said anything. I need y'all to hear that. I need you to believe that. Good morning, Just Visionary. Got a lot of new faces. If you're just coming in, hello, howdy. Got to make sure I don't talk loud because I got folks at work. I'm Martine. And Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I just try to hop on, get this fitness in, and talk to my audience. And I want to encourage you. But I'm telling you, while I'm encouraging you, I'm trying to speak life into myself too. I just want to get a little better every day. And I want to encourage you to get a little better every day. Who's to say it won't happen if you do? Who's to say if you didn't worry about negative people, if you let go of people who are actively trying to hurt you, if you removed yourself from individuals and people and organizations and teams and jobs, what if you removed yourself from them things and really, really focused on making the very most of your own life? Who's to say what would happen? So 3 times a week, I think through these things out loud with you. And I invite you to do the same with me. In that, I offer tips around mindset, usage of AI, business, and content strategy. Basically, I'm telling you out loud what I'm doing in the background to grow. And I'm not waiting until I get to X place to do that. You're getting to learn from someone who's doing it on the road, who's doing it in real time. So if you're new, thanks for being here. I'm here Monday, Wednesday, Friday. My kids go back to school in about a week. So this time slot will change. We'll probably go back to starting right now. We'll probably start around 7:40. Good morning, Z Shante. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. All right, so that's what we went over this week. All right, two big topics: managing our adult friendships, and I didn't talk about the second topic. Let me go back. Topic 2, Wednesday. We talked about the role of influence and control. We spend so much of our life trying to get people to do and be what we want them to do and be. We want them to change. We do. And in the book, she gives 2 really good strategies to help you manage this. Because the bottom line is, and the science backs it, nobody's changing. People will not change because you want them to. People have the potential or are more likely to change when they see what you're doing. You have to be the model. If you are not the model, no one's changing. All right? So my challenge for you the rest of this week and always is look for opportunities to model what you want to happen. And they might change. They also may never change. And you have to accept both. But in the book, she gives you strategies on what to do to get there. All right? So make sure you pick up the book. All right? On YouTube, I have talked through the entire book almost. We've got the last couple chapters. We'll be wrapping up next week. But grab the book. All right? It's in my showcase. All right? I'm at that 30-minute mark. Miss Linda, I'm at 2.0. We getting up there. We are getting up there, honey. All right. Lastly, in the chat, tell me your wins. How did you succeed this week? What went well for you this week? Where did you thrive? How did you win? In what ways were you successful? There is no win too big or too small. Let me know in the chat. Every Friday, I like to explore your own wins. What did you do well? Let me know. I had to take a little breather break because I upped them steps up. But let me know in the chat. I'm kicking off the month of August with speed. Good morning, Rogue Island Coffee. Good morning. How are you? Did you have a win this week? Let us know in the chat. Good morning, Donna Dixon. Did you have a win this week? Something that went well for you? Good morning, Andrew. Oh, I like that spelling. It's a cool spelling of your name. Hey! That's a lovely win. Hubby is walking with me, and now he wants to listen to the book. I love that. Good morning, AI to Z. Good morning, and welcome to the community. I'm so glad you're back this week. I saw you in the school community. I think you're doing our challenge with us. So hopefully you got your first piece of content ready to go. Good morning, YouTube and Facebook. Remember, I can't see Facebook comments. So if you want to leave me a comment, you got to go to TikTok. Good morning, Jayla. Jayla Wada. Good morning. Yeah, I'm glad to have you. Today we talk about wins. On Fridays, I want to celebrate with you. How have you won? Good morning, Toya. How you doing? I'm glad to see your beautiful face. Are you getting ready for? I think you've got some kiddos that might be going back to school. Let me know if I'm right or wrong on that. I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. I have no complaints. No complaints at all. I actually have had quite a few wins, y'all. It makes me tear up to think about it. I'm going to share them with you, but I want to hear about you first. Toya, that is absolutely beautiful that you've taken the time and have the space to invest in your children in that way. I don't think homeschooling gets the credit it deserves, and the families who lead their homeschooling don't get the credit that they deserve. All right, girl, go get it. Go talk to your audience and have a great day. Have a great day, A to Z. Oh, wow. I'm gonna have to talk to you more about this later. Because you're almost at 10 years of homeschooling. Yeah, that's a beautiful endeavor. And congratulations on investing in your kids in that way. All right. Let's see. I've been using the let them theory with my manager and had a great week. Right? Come on. Come on. Yes. Just imagine if we all created space to just let our managers be. Let them be. Come on. A to Z, you homeschool as well. You have a senior and an 8th grader. Come on. That's a beautiful investment. It's a very unique experience. Not everyone can or even has the capacity to do it. And when you do it well, it requires a lot of hard and intentional work. So congratulations to you for getting your kids through this thing called life, both in their academic and in who they are as human beings. That's beautiful. Let me see. I keep hearing the sound of my brain ran out of the words. I keep hearing the sounds of my laces. So I'm trying to make sure I don't trip. All right. All right. Any more wins in the room? Let me know. What are your wins? How have things been good for you this week? That's all I'm asking. We've got our homeschool parents doing their thing. We're seeing improvement in our work relationships and home relationships because we are activating let them in our own lives. That's a beautiful thing. Let me see. I'm just checking all the places. Good morning, Douglas. All right, you have a great day, you hear? All right, go high level. I remember you talking about that. So you're pushing that work along. You are pushing that work along. I love it. And you're finally understanding it. That's a beautiful thing. All right, so that's Toya. Toya is building up her go high level. I love it. Keep building. It's nice when an idea comes together. Good morning, Mocha Minded Digitals. Good morning. How are you doing? Okay, come on. Come on. Miss Linda said, and I think your kids are grown. Yeah. Navigating let them with them grown children will set you free. I agree with that. Congratulations. Who would have thought that releasing the weight would free you so much? So I feel like we've been overthinking for 6 months. And I know you have at least 5 products you can come on there and talk about. And we're not going to leave you off by yourself. We're not going to leave you alone. Just come on and talk about it. Yes, ma'am. Yes, we've been talking about this since January. I remember because I'm very cautious about not bringing it up because I don't want to like get on your nerves or like put undue pressure. So I know when we started talking about this, it was January. We are now in August. Oh, that's 8 months. I can't do math. That's 8 months because we are in August. So just come on. Good morning, Afioma. Good morning, Miss Samela. You moving with us today? You're hanging out. Good morning, Banquifa. Good morning, official. How y'all doing this morning? It looks like Doc McFly, maybe. Good morning. How y'all doing? Hey, as long as you hanging on, as long as you're hanging. When I was growing up, I had a pastor that did a sermon, and he said, when you find yourself at the end of your rope, tie a knot and hang on. As an adult now, I know he probably got it from somewhere, but that always stuck with me. So as long as you're hanging on, even if it's just by eensy peensy little bit, consider it a win. Consider it a win. Oh, my bad. You said hanging out. Same thing. So I'm glad you're hanging with us. I don't have my glasses. I need to go back to the eye doctor because this reading thing is starting to get to me, honey. This reading thing. It's starting to get to me. Good morning if you're watching from YouTube or if you're watching from Facebook. Just know if you want to engage, you probably need to go over to TikTok. I can't see nothing on Facebook. Nothing will pop up. I will probably sunset my Facebook posting for that reason because it ain't working. It doesn't work. All right. We're talking about wins. Those of you that have came in, we're talking about wins. How have you won this week? What has went well for you this week? How have you shined? Let me know in the chat. I'm going to share a few of mine with you before we hop off. Good morning, Miss Michelle. How you doing? Good morning, Miss Michelle. How are you doing? Let us know. What were your wins? You have a great weekend as well. Even if you're only able to pop in for a nanosecond, you have a great weekend as well. Hey, she said she was hanging in there. So you know what I'm going to say. If you're at the end of your rope, tie a knot and hang on. So keep hanging on in there. Didn't she pop in at the right time, y'all? I literally just said that 2 seconds before you hopped on, Michelle. So your timing is impeccable. Yep, let me tie my shoe before I trip and fall. Yeah, I had a pastor when I was a kid. This is in Lafayette, when we lived in Lafayette. And I remember that sermon just as clear as day. It was a sermon series he did. And I don't remember a lot about it. But I do remember that the larger theme was, you know, no matter what happens in your life, tie a knot and hang on. All right. Absolutely. I'm going to be right here 3 days a week. And then, Michelle, I have a free community. So make sure you're in there. It's a great series of human beings in there offering support and guidance. All right. Good morning, Kirsten. Good morning. Glad to have you. Yeah, there we go. Trying to keep this pace up, y'all. All right, let me know in the chat. Are there any more wins? Let me know. I've had quite a few wins this week. Really, this past month, the month of July. But I'm only gonna talk about a few. First, opening a school community. That's been a huge win. And I've learned so much in a very short amount of time. And I really think the biggest message for me, the biggest win for me lately has been just do me. And don't be afraid. I really learned not to be afraid of what people think about me or what they've heard, because I can't control it. And if I just keep being creative, fun, or serious, or playful, or encouraging, that things in my life can change in ways I didn't expect. That's probably been the biggest win for me this month. Just being able to be in alignment with that. All right. Good morning, Angela. I got my first sale of my class, so I'm super excited about that. Well, my first non-TRM sale. Let me say that, because I've got sales, but they're TRM sales. Good morning, The Journey. And so I'm hoping to get more. I'm hoping that people find interest in the class and are excited about it. I don't know if I told y'all about this class. I'm teaching a class next week. The class is about how to SEO optimize, in particular for Instagram. But I'm going to go deep into how you can use the Edits app to do a lot of that optimization, especially in relation to Reels. Okay? Especially in relation to Reels. I done picked up the pace. Now I got to slow down on the talking. The class is next Saturday. Some of the things I'm talking about, yes, you can find it on the internet if you're willing to do the research. What I'm communicating is my workflow, the steps I take, and what makes me unique is that I pull from multiple resources, then I build out steps or a process, and then I go do the work to make sure that those steps and process work, and then I teach it to you in a class. That's what makes my content special. It took me a long time to figure that out, but I'm so glad I did. So those are my wins. So if you struggle with creating content, if you want to learn how to use the Instagram Edits app, if you want to be given a process, a step-by-step process that you can take back and use to help you create content that's just more visible or has the potential to be more visible. Good morning, VL Designs. Grab the class or join TRM Learning. We'd love to have you. Good morning, VLS. How you doing this morning? Good morning, Bree. How you doing this morning? How are you guys? Before we wrap, do y'all have any wins? Has there been any way that you guys have experienced wins? What's something positive that you have going on? Oh, I'm glad to hear that you're doing well and that you're fine. Let us know. I'd love to end with some of your wins. Take a minute to think about it. What has went well for you? How have you excelled? There's no win too big or too small. Let me know in the chat. Sister Slim Bones, good morning. How are you? I love that name, by the way. Protect your love and peace. Good morning. Do you have any wins you want to share with us real quick before I wrap up this call? Let me know. 1,500 likes looks good on a Friday. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. And those of you who shared to your communities, I appreciate that. All right. Today is day one of the Power in One challenge hosted by Morning Motivations in the school community. Here's the challenge. Post one time every day for the next 31 days. Now, I did the work because I told you that's how I work. I try to do the work ahead of you so I can share my insights so that you can get better and faster. Other wins in 6 days. On my Instagram, I've grown by 18 followers. The first 6 videos did much better than the last 6. I have been using what's called trial reels. We'll talk about trial reels in the class. And trial reels, basically you are allowed to experiment with people who are not your follower to see how your reel would perform. Okay. So Instagram is I've seen great results on TikTok, better than my Instagram results, but I'm finding that that's true across a lot of creators. The things they put on TikTok will do much better, but the Instagram is getting better and better. So I'm going to be teaching what I'm learning. I'm going to be teaching things that are 30 days old. And here's why this class is so important. Not even 30, like 3 weeks old. I want you to be with me, experimenting and interacting with these new tools and features and new implementations that they're having with Instagram. I want you to be at the forefront of that. I want you to be at the forefront of that. All right. And if you're at the forefront of that, as these companies, and this time we're doing Instagram, are making decisions about how to push out content, what metrics they want to see, your content's there because you've been actively practicing. Okay. Yes, there is a very specific way to do Instagram. Bree is right. And in the last couple months, but in the last month in particular, there are new updates that if we get on it and we start practicing it now, 3 months from now, it'll be different. 6 months from now, it'll be different. Next year, you could be in a totally different space. All right. So my last win is that the things I've been learning about Instagram, the strategies I've been employing have been working. And I'm going to be teaching you how to do it next Saturday, the 9th. All right. But on the 2nd, we'll be getting with Talia and her desktop class. So Patreon subscribers, make sure you signed up. Thank you, Bree. Yeah, I was surprised because for a long time I was like, man, I don't understand Instagram. I was just sending whatever there. I wouldn't engage over there. I didn't do nothing. To me, it's still a little bit harder than TikTok, but let's just keep it real. I'm just gonna keep it real. We don't know if we're gonna have a TikTok or not. So as a business person, I do think it would behoove me to be churning out hard work on another platform. That's what I think. So that's what I'm going to do. Because we don't know. Lots of rumors, another app. But at the end of the day, much like most of 2025, we don't know what's going to happen next. All right? We just don't know. And since I know that I don't know and you don't know, I'm really trying to be at the forefront of all of Instagram's changes. And I'm employing not all of them. I'm going to be sharing every single one I've learned about, but I don't have time to do all of them. All right. So I'm going to share with you the ones I've been doing, what I feel like is working, why I feel like it's working. And I'm not going to lie and BS you. Okay. A lot of creators are out there and they're like, I grew by 1,000. I grew by 30,000. Well, yeah, you're going to do that when you have a team pushing out 40, 50, 60 pieces of content a day. You're going to do that when your boobies hanging out. And let's not be dumb. If you've had 5 other successful accounts, when you create that new one, because some creators will start a brand new account to prove that it can be done at that speed at 0, you didn't change your face. You still look you. People know you. So even with a new account, the fact that your face has been in front of people in the past on other accounts, you're going to get that immediate follow. Right? So there's a lot to be said. Like, I don't care how many new accounts you start, your past set of skills inform what you're going to do going forward. All right. Now, should you buy from them? Hell yeah, because they know things you don't. But what I think I offer here is demonstrating that when you're small, when you don't have a big audience, that you can show persistent, regular growth by implementing the same or similar strategies that larger creators do. And because I'm always on the beat of what's current, I'll be able to communicate like, hey, this came out 3 weeks ago. This came out 2 weeks ago. This is brand new. Have you seen it? And then I'm going to stream them all together to give you step by step on how to make the most of strategy in Instagram. Okay. All right. Y'all, this has been great. Thank y'all for hopping in. Expect the times change in the next 2 weeks. I'm going to be starting later. I guess I have to go look at the kids' accounts and figure out when these buses coming to get them. So once I figure that out, I will adjust the time. We are going back to school, so I'm trying to decide, like, I may cancel a couple of days or rearrange some dates in the coming weeks. So just keep an eye on that. I'm trying to figure it out. But in the meantime, it's the weekend. We've been reading Let Them. The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. It's not too late. Grab it, catch up, read it, invest in it. Okay. We'll have Sundays with TRM Sunday. We'll be back. Hey, Kelly. And I will see you guys Monday. I'll be back.